the sunshine.
What is up, guys? Welcome to Coffee Thoughts Podcast, episode 54 or 55, one of those two. I hope you guys are doing well today. I just figured I'd switch up the background, you know? It looks kind of cozy. Got the little raccoon, lo-fi hip-hop thing going on, and it's nice and sunny outside, so I figured, you know, just shoot it by my window today. And yeah, I just got back from the gym. I started a new workout plan, the Kino Body Greek God program, on Monday, and I've done 2 workouts this week so far, and I've actually been like really sore after them, which is a good sign. And it's nice because I'm like just switching it up and like kind of giving my body a new challenge, and I just feel really good. I started taking multivitamins, and I started drinking like warm water with like lemon juice and turmeric in the morning, and just trying to drink more herbal tea throughout the day instead of just coffee all day. So feeling a lot better physically. Not that I felt that bad, but I'm just like, wow, I must have been depriving myself for a while. So everything's good. And yeah, I've been doing live streams pretty much every night, so if you want to join my live streams, there's a link to my YouNow below this video. It's pretty cozy. I really enjoy doing it, and thank you to everybody who watches. So a couple updates before I get into the episode. So number one, I mixed, I think, 4 acoustic songs yesterday, so I just have one more to do. I had the full EP done, and it was 5 songs, but I wrote this other song called Shape of Your Bones, which I finished the full track for, but I have to do the acoustic version of that, so I have 6 full tracks and 6 acoustic versions, and so then the records are going to be done, and I'm just kind of starting to think about release plan and everything, and I'm still going to release Walking Disaster before I put out those records. So new music is getting a lot closer now. And of course, the Gentlemen Stoners, we're working on episode 5 right now. It's taking us a bit longer this time. It's a longer episode and there's more characters. So, but that's going to be out at some point. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. Go to thegentlemenstoners.com. It's a show that me and my buddy Micah have been filming and writing, and it's a lot of fun. So I think that's pretty much it. I have a show in Ajax, Ontario. If you guys live in Ontario, Canada, on Friday. I'm playing a couple songs, and should be a good time. So I think that's about it. If you haven't downloaded my app, feel free to download my app. You can message me on there. It's got all my stuff in one place. You can leave me voicemails if you want to go to my website, SayWeCanFly.net, leave me a voicemail, and I can send you a voicemail back. So that's about it. And today I don't think I've ever really talked about this. I want to talk about, I guess, just gratitude and the importance of gratitude. And I know there's a lot of videos out there and podcasts that it's like, you know, it's kind of like the same shit every time. It's like, be grateful and you'll attract more good things in your life and all that stuff, and which is true. I think it's true, but I don't want to just come at it like, even when you're sad you should still be happy, blah blah. It's not kind of really what I want to talk about. I want to come at it from the place of like, you're not going to be happy all the time. Like, there's no way to be happy 24/7. It would be sick, but at the same time it would kind of suck, because you would eventually get really bored probably and just want to feel sad again. And that's the kind of the weird paradox with I don't know, just duality and the things that we experience in this reality. It's just like you have to have a mix, you know. And we forget that when we feel sad, and when we feel angry or confused, we forget that we need those feelings. So I guess I don't really plan out where I'm going to start with this, but I think I realized lately, or maybe even just today, I was thinking about it. I feel like having a natural sense of gratitude, which doesn't mean you have to, you know, say like, oh, like if you really hate your life or like there's something really wrong, you don't have to sit there and be like, oh, I'm so thankful I have these problems. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But what I realized, I think, is that having a natural sense of gratitude, which I think actually came from going through a lot of pain in my life, has helped me navigate through it. Because I think at some points in life, like, being thankful that you are alive still is the only thing that you have, you know. But it's a very powerful thing to be able to do, to just even be like, you know what, I woke up today, that's sick, like that's actually so cool. Like, I remember last night I had this dream that was just so insane and so scary. And it was like all these different people from my life and all these like animals and just all these settings that were just terrifying. And it was one of those dreams that has like a really intense, complicated storyline. And and by the end of it, like, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced this, but like when you're trying to move and you can't see anything, it's just all like hazy, and you're like, I need to move. Like, I was having that by the end of it, and it was so scary. And I remember I woke up from that and I was like, oh my god, like, hell yeah. Like, I woke up, you know, and even just something like that is like, it kickstarted my day to be just a great day. And so it's like, because I went through this really scary experience, yeah, I was sleeping, but I was still experiencing it, you know. But like waking up from that, just like, wow, I'm alive. Like, I'm actually alive. Nothing's like chasing me right now. I'm not rolling down like a massive hill with a wolf chasing me. I'm good. I'm just in my bed. But I just think the power of just like, yeah, you know, not everything's perfect, but it's okay, you know. Like I could not be alive today. I could actually like have like broken my arm, or I could have like not be able to see or not be able to hear or something. And you know, we all have things that we'd like to probably improve about ourselves, but it's like the fundamental thing of like, I'm breathing, you know, my body made sure that I woke up today, and my heart is still beating. And it's like, we forget about those things, you know. It's like we forget that like there's so many things that are happening that we're not even conscious of, like breathing, number one, and you know, our heart beating and our body doing all the things that it has to do in order for us to move and to function and to regulate itself, that we don't even know how it works. It just does. And I think just even that in itself, it's like, just be thankful. Like, oh shit, man, like there's all these like millions of little cells and like individual organisms within my body that are working together without me even having to think about it. And it's like, when you just kind of start to remember those kind of things, it's like, at least you have that, you know. It's like, whatever happens in your life, it's like, at least like you still have the ability to speak and to think and decide, all right, this is what I'm going to do now. You know, you have the ability to function still within reality. So it's like, any bad situation that happens, unless it actually physically ends your life, you still have the ability to navigate somewhere else. You always do. And one of the hardest things is that in our minds we kind of set up these, you know, barriers and these limiting beliefs that we convince ourselves that we don't have the ability to change our lives. But the truth is that you do. Like, any second of the day, because you're in this, you know, vessel, and you have the ability to, you know, walk and to talk and to think, you know, you're able to do things, and you're able to actually like just mold your reality more. And I just think it's less about being thankful for like the things that you currently have in your life, and just more thankful that you have the ability to experience things, and that you actually have the ability to do something right now. And you could change anything at any time. You can change what you do at any time. You could, you know, you can change the way you're thinking, you can change the way you're speaking. Like, it's more about the ability to like, that's kind of like, I feel like I've written about that a lot. In the song Shallow, if you guys have heard that, it was kind of about that. It was like being stuck in this like dark cave for a long time, like months, maybe even a year, like just kind of sitting in there and getting comfortable in there. And then one day just remembering like, wait a minute, I could just walk out the door. Like, I could just walk out of the fucking cave. And it's remembering that. And it was like, wow, I'm actually like really thankful that I can do that, you know. I don't know what's going to be out there. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but like, just like wow, I'm going to fucking walk out the door. And I think it's just more about that. It's like more about like being thankful that you can wake up tomorrow, and that if you're going through a shitty moment, eventually the moment is going to pass, and you're going to be able to, you know, make a different decision or navigate through that. But I also think too, if you believe like I do that your thoughts and, you know, your vibration determines what you experience within reality, which I believe 100%, absolutely 100%, then when you are like appreciative of just simply being here and existing, you're basically telling the universe like, yo, you know what, thank you. Like, just whether the universe is actually you, like another aspect of you, and you're, you know, communicating that to a part of yourself, either way, you're kind of putting out that vibe of like, you know, I woke up today, like, hell yeah. Like, you just are fundamentally thankful for the fact that you're here, which I think allows it opens you up to like, you know what, give me what you're gonna give me, and like you open yourself up to opportunities and good things just by like being happy that you're here. You don't have to be thankful for anything else. You don't have to be thankful for the shitty things you've gone through, or you don't even have to be thankful for like the nice car you have. I just think like be thankful that you're here and that you are conscious and able to observe and experience reality, and that you're going to experience things and you're going to experience new things. You just open yourself up to like whatever the universe is going to give you. But I think when you're thankful just at the kind of base of everything, it usually ends up being like good things. And even if you have bad things happen, you can still, the more you focus on that fundamental gratitude, you can maintain that through bad times. And a lot of people have asked me like, how do you stay positive? And I think that's probably the number one thing, is that I've learned to develop a sense of like, no matter what the hell's happening and whatever pain I go through, whatever like stupid situations I get myself in, it's fine because I'm still here, and like there's more than just that situation. It's like that's a roadblock, but like I'm still aware of like the things that are out there that I could experience, that I'm going to experience, because my journey's not done. I'm still alive. My journey's not over yet. So it's just kind of that thankfulness for like I'm still on the journey, man. It's like, yeah, this is a shitty part of it, but I'm still on it. And I think especially in a negative situation or a painful situation, when you like project that out to yourself, number one, it detaches you from the situation. It detaches you from like the negativity and the anxiety and the anger. It's like, yeah, you're still gonna feel those things, but like you just more so observe those things, and you see those things taking place within your field of consciousness, but you're not them, and you realize that they're just an aspect of this thing that you're experiencing, which is nothing more than just an experience. There's no thing that you are experiencing. It's just the experience itself. That's what you are. And it's kind of a weird thing to like wrap your head around, but just anyway, I think when you integrate that into like a negative situation, which it does take practice, but I think it's when you are thankful during the times like when things feel okay, or like even if you're just walking somewhere and you're just like, man, like I'm thankful that there's other humans here because I'm not by myself. Like I'm thankful that like I live in a place where I'm relatively okay and I can decide what I want to do with my life, and I'm thankful that like, you know, for the internet, because I can like learn things and I can meet people and just anything. There's always something to be thankful for. I just think the more you incorporate that into your daily life, even just noticing it, you don't have to make it a big deal. I don't think you should sit there and like praise the universe, and you do that if you want, but I just think like a subtle kind of like, this is cool, you know? It's like when you develop that over time, so when you get into the bad situations, you still have that, and that kicks in. And that is something that I have learned after like just building it over years and years. And I've always kind of had like a fascination for reality. I've always felt somewhat detached from it, and that's just like a natural part of the way I was designed, or my being, I don't know. But I've always kind of had this like curiosity of just like observing it, and you know, more like less seeing it about like me and then reality. It's always kind of felt like it's like just this one thing that is like crazy, and all the different elements of it are crazy and just as valuable. And I think just like from a young age, I was able to really find the good moments, and I was only able to find those because of the dark ones. Like genuinely, it's like in a dark ocean. I don't know if you guys ever played The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, but it's one of my favorite games ever. But like I just remember like sailing at nighttime and the ocean's like stormy, and then I was looking for these little shards of like the Triforce, and they're golden, and you just eventually see this like little beam of golden light in this like dark ocean. But the only reason that it's so vibrant is because the whole rest of the ocean is dark, you know? And it's like, I think I was always thinking about that and always remembering that and always appreciating the good moments because of all the heaviness, that I was like, man, the heaviness and the darkness is so necessary. And it's like, you wouldn't be able to see the golden light if the darkness wasn't there. So you got to be like, man, thank you for having both. Thank you for having the darkness, because now I know where I'm going. Now I'm able to navigate toward what I want. And you only get that from experiencing shitty things. And the more you also remind yourself of that on the daily, you build that over time. And so when you do encounter a situation that is like less than ideal, it's a natural kind of instinct, and it's like, yeah, you got to deal with it and you got to go through it, and it's going to be hard, but you just know that like because you're experiencing this, you're able to experience the good things, you know? And I think it also too, you know, like I was talking about energy, it's like when you are thankful, you're just expressing that. So it's like the universe it does respond to that, I think. and it responds to you in the way of like helping you through things, whether that comes in the form of like an actual tangible thing or an idea or a person. Like I feel like it kind of takes care of you when you're just willing to be like, yeah, you know what, I'm down, I'm here for the ride, like do your thing, and just like take me where you are gonna take me, you know. And I think you have some sort of kind of control over the experience of that in a way, but you also just gotta stay open and just, you know, I'm here. I didn't consciously, in this form, I did not choose to be here. It's like maybe, you know, maybe you did before you actually entered this physical world. Maybe there's a part of you that actually was like, yeah, I'm going to live this life and this is what's going to happen and I'm going to forget when I'm born. You don't know. But I think just being like, you know what, I'm here, and that's enough, and just like allow life to do its thing and keep the space that you feel like you have power over, which is just like our, you know, our emotional state and our thoughts. It's like you do have control over that. So I think keeping that clear, the best way to do that is just to be thankful and just to be like, there's always something to be thankful for. It's like, you know, even if it's just like you feel like shit and you just go outside and you see like a little cool like bug or something, like an insect, like just like watch it for a second and be like, man, it's just so cute, it's like cool, it's like it's probably having a great time. Like just little things like that, I feel like they help so much, man, because it gets you out of your head and like gets you out of your thoughts. It's like that's a whole other fucking dimension. So when you're here, I feel like you just like open yourself up, and you'll be surprised, man. It's like if you wake up and instead of saying like I hate my life, if you wake up and are just like I'm up, like I'm open, you will be surprised at how much your life changes. Because when you start to take life less personal, because I think that's kind of like fundamentally what I try to get across, is don't take life so personally, because it's not. You know, the idea of you being an individual in a foreign, alien, other reality that's separate from you, to me, from my experience, is a complete illusion. And I think when you just open yourself to that idea that it's like, you know, it's just this immersive thing that is all just kind of one thing, and it's not just about you, it's not just about your identity. Because when you start to try to break that down too, it's like what is you? Like what is the you that you keep referring to, that we always refer to? It's like a collection of emotions and thoughts and actions and other organisms. There's not one thing that is you. And I think a lot of times we just believe that our body and our name and our life story is us, and we get attached to that. So anything that happens to that form that we perceive, we get upset, you know, because it's like, oh, I thought things were one way but they're another. But it's like ultimately you are this consciousness that is all of it and experiencing all of it at once. And even if you feel like you are your body, you know that you are something beneath that. You just know that, and you feel like there's a reason you feel like you're inside your body. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's important to just not just try to detach as much as you can from things, because life gets so much easier. And when bad situations come in, you feel like you're observing them rather than, you know, than them being you. You just feel like you're observing them, and it's like, oh, it's just part of the wave, you know, it's just part of the wave, and you have to ride those things. There's no avoiding them. There's not. And so I just think it's just important. And I think literally just waking up and like having your first thought be like, you know, I'm open, I'm down, I'm open to whatever you're gonna give me today, and you know, I'm just happy to be here. And that's a good thought to start your day. And one thing I think I had to really work on was, you know, I used to wake up and I would just check my phone, I would read Twitter and all this shit, and like I would just immediately start thinking about my problems. I haven't had that in quite a long time, because I've kind of practiced getting myself out of that. But just don't go on your phone for like half an hour, even 10 minutes. Like get up, just consciously remember to be like, okay, I'm up, like I'm here, cool, I'm good. You know, I just feel like that's a good ground, a good place to start with everything, you know. So, you know, and just remember, like, your internal dialogue does have an impact on what you experience. And even if you don't believe that or understand that, I would honestly say, like, try it, man. Like, open yourself up to the possibility that you actually create your experience. Because to me, like, I believe as a truth you do. And I'm not saying that you actually, like, oh, I want to manifest a zebra, boom, zebra. I'm saying, like, there's a thing that you're experiencing, or there's not a thing, it is just an experience. But I'm just saying, like, reality as a whole, it's going to give you what you project onto it. So I'm just saying, like, the meanings you give reality is what is going to be true to you. So instead of saying, like, I hate my life sucks, because you're literally just telling reality, my life sucks, give me more of my life sucking, give me more of the things that make me feel like shit. stop that for a second, take responsibility for yourself, and realize that it's not all about you, and the identity that you have might not really be completely real, and there's more than that, you know? So switch the dialogue, you know? I'm thankful to be here. I'm happy to be here. It hurts sometimes, cool, but like there's a lot of cool shit that I could experience, and I can create something to give the world and to give people. Doesn't matter what it is, I have the ability to create, and I am a creator because I'm here, and I am manifesting things all the time, whether I'm conscious of it or not. You are. And when you start to kind of view your physical form as a conscious creator, life becomes a whole different thing. It really does. And when you work on broadening your perspective on reality, reality changes. It's a completely different place. So, you know, don't let your ego and just don't let that part of you that's like, I hate my life. Like, don't just watch it instead of like believing it, you know. And when you watch it, you detach from it, which allows it to kind of fizzle out enough for you to be like, all right, I'm gonna try something different. And when you start to talk to yourself differently inside and even outside, like you stop complaining to people and you stop bitching about things, you stop attracting it. You just do. It's like I just really feel like the universe is just like, you just simply attract what you put out. So I think it's just very important to watch what you say and just like watch what you think as well. And it's like, yeah, we're human, we're gonna fuck up and we're gonna have impulses and we're gonna do all this shit, yes, but be okay with it and just try your best, because that's all you can really do. And when you start to do that and raise your vibration, you will notice that you start to attract different things, and more of what you do know feels good and what you want and what aligns with you, and it literally feels like your vibration increases. Like there's no other word for it other than reality changes, and you know when you're increasing your vibration, because reality starts to reflect that back in like tiny little ways to you. And it's true, and I'm sure some of you guys have experienced this and know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't, it's a possibility for you, and it's not that hard to do. It's really not. If you actually put the effort in, it doesn't take very long at all. So I think the best place to start is be thankful that you even have an internal dialogue, even if it's negative right now. That's pretty cool. That's pretty fucking cool. Like all the dimensions of you is insane, it's amazing, and it's complex, and you are it. You'll never not be it. You're always going to be, you're not just a human. You're not just a human body. You are literally an just infinite being, and you are consciousness. You don't even know what you are, which means that you're pretty damn amazing and unbelievable. So remember that shit. So I think that's about it, what I wanted to say. That's a bit of a shorter episode, but my camera battery's about to die too. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I like talking about this kind of thing. And let me know if you like the new background. I think I'm gonna straighten it and center it a little bit, but I do enjoy this. I feel like it's a little brighter and sunnier. One thing that I've mentioned on my live streams before, and I kind of just want to say it in a podcast and get some of you guys' opinion, because I know, like, you know, my podcasts don't get like thousands of views, or it's just, you know, there's a specific group of people that watch these because, you know, for whatever reason, it's just not it's not really music related content. It's just more different and a little more complicated. But I wanted to just kind of know what you guys thought, because I've wrestled with this for, well, that's probably like since like December, really. But I'd like to speak on psychedelics a little bit, specifically like mushrooms, and I just want to know if you guys would be interested to hear about that kind of experience in my life, because it has been a massive part of, I think, my growth spiritually. And I've just been kind of scared to talk about it, because I think, like, that's kind of why I'm putting it at the end of this podcast. So if you watch the whole thing, you probably do watch my podcast or listen to them. So I've just kind of been, you know, afraid to talk about it, because some of the people that follow me are like younger, and, you know, there's parents, and there's still like a lot of kind of negative labels tied to those things, just because people don't understand them, and, you know, conditioning that we have through what we've been taught. And I feel like that's kind of slowly coming undone, which is awesome. But I'd really like to share my experience with that, because it was incredibly powerful. Probably the most powerful experience I've ever had in my life. My camera died. I'm just getting real quick. I did make an entire podcast about that after it happened, but I think I ended up deleting it and deciding I didn't want to post it. So just let me know if you'd like to see that, because I think that would be a cool episode to do. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching or listening. Please subscribe if you are on YouTube, if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Thank you, and please follow the podcast, because I'll have more episodes. So I love you guys. Hope you have a great day. Stay cozy, and I will see you next week. Peace. Bye.